Hello, you guys. This is an urgent message. Codependents who you have successfully established firm boundaries with, they are out for blood because they do not have that emotional support anymore that they got used to. Also, there was abuse connected to these codependents. They conditioned those around them to be emotional supports to them, even if it was to someone's own detriment. So, this is a time to be mindful that codependents they have murder on the brain, and they don't want to make it obvious. They don't want others to know that they're willing to commit violent murders due to the fact that they feel they have been wrongfully scorned since you set healthy boundaries with them because you don't want to be emotionally toyed with by them. So I'm picking up on emotional psychosis is about to be exposed, okay? If you have created the groundwork so that you and your children can be safe from the retaliation and backlash of a codependent, abusive person who is lustful and greedy and extremely narcissistic, realize that while they may be acting as if they're having these changes and things of that nature, they're actually really trying to figure out how to plan and plot and get away with murder. They'll even act as if they're helpless and hopeless. Okay, we're living in a time of empowerment. So when they're acting like a victim, this is a perfect time to expose them and how they operate, especially if you have children. Female narcissists are more likely to get away with murder because they'll be able to they'll go above and beyond to paint the picture that this masculine energy did this and that. So this is where if you have a friend who you know is dealing with a narcissistic female they have children with, just simply, send them well wishes and prayers. Any energy healing that you take on, send it to them as well. They'll receive it, and so will their loved ones who will be spared from anything that these codependents have set up for them, and the codependents will end up being exposed, okay? This is a time where it's easier to catch a male narcissist, but female narcissists have murder on the brain, okay? Female narcissists, they can do a really good job of saying, hey, I deserve to be in your life. Look how much I've done for you. But yet they've created such harsh difficulties and glossed over what really happened. And the reason they were able to provide solutions so quickly was because they created the problems. So people just have had it. Either way, with a narcissist, you're going to have retaliation attempts. You're going to have defamation of character attempts. You're going to have them attack your foundation. Who gives a fuck? Why? Because you want to prepare and plan. This is a time where if you understand that we live in a world where narcissists can no longer survive. Why? Because they can no longer subject people to the abuse and use the law against innocence and defamate people's character, because there's so much evidence that's showing how narcissists operate. Narcissists are doing a really interesting job of attempting to, blend into society now. They want to appear very soft-spoken and very feminine and very well-mannered and gentlemanly. However, when they reach that breaking point, as everyone does, because when the day starts there's so much energy, and by 12 p.m. between 12 p.m. it's easy to get a narcissist to just lose their shit. Okay, this is where when they try to act like big bad bully, stuff like that, you'll really start to see how far they're willing to go. So a lot of narcissists are all talk and no action, but they will do a lot of calculated planning to do a covert murder. This is a time where murders are being discovered, and they're trying to figure out who did it. So a good chunk of the time, it is family members who don't want secrets coming out, as well as lovers who you have just cut ties with, okay? Females and masculines involved. Now, with the Seven of Wands, a lot of return to senders are happening, Okay, so if you had a lot of spiritual warfare coming your way, expect things to be much more easier for you, because whoever, sends spiritual attacks your way, they're under heavy fire. So this is also what's making it so, narcissistic women cannot kill divine masculines who are leaving them. Narcissistic women, they are very good at hiding murders, especially the good men. They'll kill a good man and they'll put up with abuse from a toxic man. Well, they'll also abuse narcissistic women who feel powerless. They'll be closet witches, and they'll start witch hunts on women who are just actively open about the practice. Well, they're getting those return to senders back. And they want help and protection. Don't help them. Because if you help them, I promise you, whatever toxic cycle, whatever toxic emotional cycle they're in, they will justify, and I repeat, they will justify planning murder. So with the Four of Pentacles, narcissists are being very mindful that they're being watched. They know that if they make one wrong move, this is going to give people so much information. So narcissists are extremely paranoid, and they're reading up on the news, see how to act, what's normal. And I've said this in multiple readings, but all this is being consistently done so that if they are able to carry out murder, they don't get caught. They don't want nobody to know that they're hurting. They don't want people to know that they ran away a good person, but yet they're willing to stay with people that don't care about them. They don't want people to know they like the drama of being in an abusive relationship. They don't want people to know that they don't have good relationships with their families. So they're being extremely careful because they also understand the other narcissist that they've done injustice with is watching them. And if somebody has the audacity to make the group look weak, guess who is the target of the narcissistic group? The weak one. So they're being extremely careful. Now we have the Devil card, the World, and the Seven of Cups. This is saying codependent individuals are starting to understand they cannot keep pushing their belief systems onto people in the very sadistic ways they have been doing. And, when you really understand how narcissists, especially female narcissists, move, they will train themselves to be these well put together people, and they will fuck your life up. They won't set boundaries. They'll be martyrs. And they'll do this so they can have this image of, I'm this perfectly well put together, balanced, feminine, and toxic masculines. They'll just be extremely, hear me roar. Well, with the Seven of Cups, people starting to question them. Why do you act like this? Why are you not being okay with the fact that you think differently and I think differently, and that it's normal for us to think differently? And this is what's getting them exposed for trying to get away with committing murder, or murders are coming up. So this is a time where if you are, protecting your children and yourself from a narcissist, do not feel ashamed of expressing your emotions of distress if you're doing it in a healthy manner in public. If a narcissist is tagging along with you because they have death trailing after them and they want to make sure that you go down with them. I mean, if they gonna die, they want to take out the person that they want to blame for all their troubles. If you had just stuck to the script, I could have got away with it. Nope. This is a time where people are really starting to understand you have to set boundaries with a narcissist. One way or another, a narcissist is going to do some stupid off-the-wall shit. So if a narcissist is going to try to trigger you, and cause tower moments for you out the blue, why the fuck you gonna wait for them to do it? Go head up to them and trigger their asses if you have to. But be wise about this. Make sure you have your energy protection and walk away smooth like butter. Now we have the Star. This is saying that there's a lot of injustice that narcissists have contributed to, that they have downplayed, and they do not want a lot of people to know. Now, it's important that we let this out because a lot of children are growing up with trauma, wondering why the family is the way it is. And a lot of narcissists don't want their children to know that they are not good parents. So they're willing to, act as if there's something that they're not. So what's happening is healing is happening at such a deep level. Narcissists who could normally get away with planning and plotting and carrying out murders, they're starting to realize, shit, I better be on my P's and Q's. Because one slip up and it's going to lead to evidence of planning or of already committed murders. This is how deep the healing is going. Because narcissists have downplayed how they contribute to criminal activity in society to such a point where you've had innocent people go to jail for what they have done. And that's also coming out. If you have someone in jail who was wrongly accused by a narcissist, they're going to be freed. And the narcissist, if they're still alive, will take their place. And if the narcissist, I don't care if it's from 1960s and they passed away, if the narcissist is dead, if the obituary said, hey, this narcissist was a good person, the truth will come out about who they truly are. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse as well as the Queen of Cups. This is showing that a lot of narcissists have conditioned empathic feminines to be fear-based. And at this point in time, feminine energy is testing the boundaries, especially when it comes to narcissism. Okay? Healthy feminines are saying, fuck it. You want me to be delicate? Then why are you treating me like you're trying to break me? I'm not going to lose my grace because you're disgraceful and you want to make it look as if you're innocent. So, narcissists who are capable of murder, you'll be able to see it in their eyes. And you'll be able to feel the way they look at you. Because they're basically going to try to send a message to you. I'm ready to take you out. And this is where you got to understand, why would I be afraid of that? Nigga, I done had people try to take me out left and right. Bitch, you ain't the first, and you might not be the last. But what can I learn from this situation? What can I do? If we all gotta die, shit, I'm going to die with my name being connected to bringing awareness to some fuck shit so the kids can have a better future. This not saying you're gonna die. This just saying it's time to face that fear of death. Okay? If narcissists keep trying to run away from the death that they're causing themselves by not taking care of their bodies, by, consistently saying, I'm sorry after they abuse you, no problem. You want to kill me because I'm airing out your business and you want to try to find a healthy way or a way to conceal your intentions? No worries. No worries. Strategically target them so that, if you prepare for court, it can show that they're retaliating against you. Strategically target a narcissist. So if court time comes, instead of that prepared speech they planned, their emotional distress comes out. And the judge looks at them like, you wasted my time because of what? How many times are you going to keep appearing to me for some fuck shit right now? Oh, no. So people are starting to see empaths are a better bet than narcissists. And narcissists are trying to, of course, act like empaths as per usual, But we have the Moon, Eight of Pentacles in the World. Realize that the money is changing. Have a relaxed attitude toward money because the money is changing rapidly. And narcissists will try to plan and plot your death connected to finances because they're desperate for money right now. They're desperate for money by any means necessary. They're in body pain, and if some of them develop addictions to hard drugs, they want them drugs to numb the pain, and they're willing to kill for a fix.